Justice. Key traits. Absolute moral anchor. Justice's existence is based on undeniable moral clarity. Right is right, and it must prevail. Reality warps around his ethical conclusions. He doesn't just fight for justice, he is justice. Judgment rewriting. Actions, attacks, or effects deemed unjust are automatically resisted, reversed, or nullified. Attacks with selfish intent or nihilistic design cannot land unless they pass moral scrutiny. Supremacy of intention. His power scales based on the moral purity of his cause. If defending innocence or resisting evil, his power enters existence overriding territory. Equilibrium enforcement field. Justice bends battlefield outcomes to create fair duels, disarming unfair tactics, cleansing deceptions, and removing cheap advantages. He fights on ideal terms. World-scale law manifestation. Justice can project axioms like lies fail, no unjust death, or only the guilty shall fall, and the world enforces these as cosmic laws. Fighting style. He delivers finality in structured, clear-cut engagements. Every move is decisive, every blow bound by cosmic rightness. When fighting evil, he becomes nearly unstoppable. His aura crushes ambiguity itself. Kyuuchi no Hako no Mestelexil. Key traits. Existential labyrinth. Mestelexil is a being that cannot be fully reached, resolved, or perceived. Any attempt to grasp their identity, attack directly, or define a truth about them folds inward reality, loops the answer into nothingness. Affect rejection by paradox, attacks, spells, and conclusions about Mestelexil enter an infinite recursion. Did I hit? But what is Mestelexil? Is the target even real? Feedback null. You cannot land finality on them. Conceptual hollowing field. Being near Mestelexil causes purpose and clarity to erode. Memories blur, goals dissolve. The longer the fight, the less the attacker remembers what they were fighting for. No win-state combat. Mestelexil doesn't kill. They render you unable to complete anything. The blade never falls. The attack never concludes. You stall, reboot, hesitate, until collapse. Attack as non-action. When Mestelexil strikes, it's not an attack, it's a removal of closure. Swords miss because the reason to swing is gone. Ideas fade as they form. There is nothing to hit, and nowhere to fall back to. Fighting style. They walk forward. The battlefield becomes recursive. Time folds, logic thins, and eventually your resolve eats itself. Mestelexil doesn't move fast, they make purpose go missing. Until you forget what winning was. Fight trait analysis. Moral clarity versus existential fog. Justice thrives on clarity. Mestelexil eats clarity. Justice must know who is guilty, why the strike must land, and what is right. Mestelexil's very existence warps those axioms. Is this being evil? Becomes unanswerable, so the law loses foundation. Finality versus non-resolution. Justice delivers righteous finality. Mestelexil removes the concept of finality. A punch may begin, but never finish. The strike has no cause. The judgment fades mid-sentence. Even justice shall prevail becomes justice. What was that again? Intense scaling versus hollowing. Justice becomes stronger with purpose. Mestelexil deletes purpose over time. Justice has a tight window, defeat Mestelexil before the ethical ground beneath his boots turns to fog. The longer the fight, the closer he edges toward conceptual collapse. Law versus labyrinth. Justice enforces clear laws. Mestelexil is a recursive loophole that breaks every law with unsolvability. You can't enforce a law on someone who exists in 400 simultaneous half-defined states. Win-condition clash. Justice needs recognition of guilt or truth to enact judgment. Mestelexil is non-recognizable, non-localized, non-binary. There's nothing to judge, only a hollow box that asks, what are you even trying to prove? Overall chance of winning. Justice, 45%. He can win if he strikes early, before Mestelexil fully saturates the field in recursion. If his sense of justice is so pure that it becomes a truth beyond logic, he may anchor himself long enough to land the judgment. It must be a principled strike, not a tactical one. Mestelexil, 55%. They win through erosion. Justice hesitates for a moment. Purpose cracks. What is evil again? Who am I fighting? The sword stalls midair. The battlefield is now a dream. And justice, absolute as he is, vanishes with the final echo of a question he no longer remembers asking.